Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing another Kingdom Hearts video, and I'm going to be talking about why I think, yes, I think that Xehanort was actually a vessel for the Master of Masters. And it all leads up to just one line in Birth by Sleep.
Out with the old and brittle vessel, and in with a younger, stronger new one. I swore I would survive, and be there to see what awaited beyond the Keyblade War.
Once that came out, I think it opened up a lot of questions, and everything went so unanswered. And like, it's just gonna be interesting how they're gonna fit this all in to KH3, and it's just gonna be like, I'm just so excited because it's just gonna be like so much. But like, I think like it's been in development for I think at least 5 years now, so I mean, like, it's just gonna be so cool once like we get to see everything and just see how like everything plays out. But yeah, anyways, going back to the topic of this video, why I think the Master of Masters used Xehanort as a vessel. So as we know, like, Xehanort has, you know, touched the hearts and the lives of many people. Especially one that we love dearly. Terra. Mad. But, I just think, personally, like, when at the end of Birth by Sleep, like, when Xehanort was kind of giving, you know, his evil villain speech before he, like, took over Terra's body, I think he kind of, just, I don't want to say let it out, but he did not let it out, like, oh, like, it could have been, like, up in the air, like, interpreted in your own way until I think we find out if they say it in KH3. But I think when he said something along the lines of, I've waited, I promised to, like, wait to see what happens, you know, past the Keyblade War. Well, I know Xehanort's, like, ancient, but I mean, I think when you watch back cover, like Kingdom Hearts back cover, like, the Master of Masters was kind of really like a scientist, and in his Keyblade he had, you know, his eye, which he saw into the future, and that's how the Book of Prophecies was made. Well, he says that it's his eye. Ew! But I don't believe that it's actually, like, his actual eye, but, like, I think it's something that he made, like, and in his, like, you know, with, like, all the chemicals or whatever that he could concoct. But, I think that in a way that he made that, but I think the reason why we don't actually see the Master of Masters is that it would give away that maybe it was Xehanort. And I know a lot of people would speculate that Xehanort was Luxu because Xehanort has Luxu's Keyblade, which was from the Master of Masters. But I mean, like, the Keyblade was hanging on the wall when Ericus and Xehanort were playing chess in that trailer. So, and he kind of, like, knew, you know what I mean? Like, he knew, like, you know, he knew something. So, and I think at the beginning of back cover, like, when he was just, like, when the Master of Masters was like, oh, well, if by chance somehow I disappear, maybe he was this really old guy, and that's why he was, like, very sarcastic and everything, and why he just didn't care to leave, and he knew, like, at that point he needed to, like, you know, go to someone else. And I think he found someone and he picked someone out. Maybe Xehanort wasn't always evil to begin with, and maybe at one point the Master of Masters just was like, I'm taking over ya, and he's been taking over since. And maybe that's why the yellow eyes are so special, because if you notice, like, the eye in the Keyblade is blue, just like everybody else's eyes in Kingdom Hearts. I mean, besides, you know, like, the bad guys and some of the wise. But anyways, yeah. So it just like, it makes you wonder, you know, like, were the Master's eyes really yellow? And he took over Xehanort, and it's been like that, you know? And that's how Xehanort can travel back through time. Like, the Masters was a really smart guy, and he figured it out some way or another. And because he was a scientist, like, how else would someone know how to travel back in time? Like, I know Xehanort's pretty smart, but, I mean, you know, so it ought to be interesting to see how that goes, because we still don't know the backstory about Ericus or Xehanort. And I know what you're saying, because, like, you're like, well, what about, like, it makes more sense if it's Luxu. Well, I thought about that, too, because I was like, well, maybe, like, Luxu got, you know, the Keyblade, you know, whatever. But we don't know, first of all, we don't know what Luxu's task really was. It was just to, like, leave and not be involved. So, the Masters knew this Keyblade War was going to happen. He set up, which I think there was no traitor at all. I think he just set it up to make the Keyblade War happen. And he knew he would survive once he left.
Please tell me you're joking.
And, I mean, putting that in perspective of, like, okay, well, Luxu left, he wasn't part of it. Okay, but he had the black box. And if you watch from the Kingdom Hearts 3 trailers, even Xehanort, like, Luxord and all of them are looking for that black box. And if Xehanort was Luxu, he would know where that black box was.
Don't insult me!
You know what I mean? I think, if anything, he's the Xehanort's the Master of Masters, but then you are going to be like, well, he has a book of prophecies, he should know where it's at. I get that, but then again, like, Luxu, like, is his own person. Maybe he didn't listen to his master. Maybe he put it somewhere else. Or maybe, like, it said this one place, you know, and, like, Luxu put it somewhere else. Like, it just, there's so many factors that play into it, because, especially because, like, people turn on, they turn on each other all the time in these games. So who's to say they didn't turn on him, like, you know? Because, I mean, if you notice, once tensions got high between the other foretellers, they stopped following they wanted to stop following the Master's rules, even Aced, especially Aced. So, who knows? Maybe that could be it. Maybe that is who Xehanort is, and we're going to find that out. I don't know. Let's have a discussion down in the comments. I love feedback. I would very much appreciate having a full-on discussion about this. So make sure you give this video a thumbs up, and make sure you subscribe to my channel for more Kingdom Hearts and other content on the way.